The camera's on?
Everything's good.
All right.
Yeah.
So hey, George, don't say anything until I introduce you.
All right.
All right?
Why, you know that I do that?
No.
It's a power play.
It's not a power play. It's just
They used to say that this person's a fucking bad idiot. I said, don't worry about it. I said, no, not you, but somebody I'd say, I'm going to fucking jump his ass.
But do whatever you want to.
All right. No, I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I love making up Asian songs. It's my favorite. Don't beat us up anymore. Don't beat us up anymore. I love making up Asian songs.
DJ Flatface.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. Thank you so much.
Relevant, yeah.
Thank you so much. Gilbert, you okay today? Because your energy is weird.
Oh yeah, I think my face got bigger.
You're getting fat, bro.
And you buttoned down your Hawaiian shirt.
I've lost 8 pounds.
Oh, congrats.
Oh. Those titties, they'll never go away though, huh?
No, that's just gyno.
Oh, yeah.
Gynecomastia.
All right, and are you okay, George? Yeah, you're doing great. His baby's coming.
This week.
Yeah, Khalyla and I got in a fight earlier.
Ooh, wanted to kill him.
Oh my God, we almost broke up today.
We did.
Yeah.
At the post office.
But we're fine today. We're fine.
We're fine.
Right
We
now.
made it through.
So I want to introduce this next guy, and I have to be honest with you. We've had okay guests. We've had big guests. I think this is one of the biggest ones. We've had, Aquafina, Tiffany Haddish, David Spade, Dice. We've had all kinds of people, but this next guy has to be up there, man, because I really look up to him. He's the first guy I ever paid to watch comedy. He was performing at the Nokia. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to get on with this Hispanic girl, right? she like, and I love George, right? And late at night we would watch YouTube videos with George's stand up and stuff like that. And so I was like, and it was so loud. So I called CAA, my agents, and I go, "Hey, can you give me?" They said, "We got you 4th row tickets too," but then they made me pay for it.
For
my own,
George?
yeah. And so we go to the show, right? Packed. Right, and there's other celebrities in the audience too.
Yeah.
So and then I saw something I've never seen, and I always thought to myself, I want that. I want to just be that. George comes out, and I think his back was turned to the audience or something, and there was a 9-minute applause break.
Jesus.
He stood there.
Wait, that exact pose?
Yeah, his back was turned. Imagine 9 minutes, right? And people crying, crying, right? And I'm, I've never seen this shit before. This is fucking amazing. I want to be that. And then he turns around. He was so funny, very funny. We were crying, but obviously he had his own show, right? Mm-hmm. But the one thing I also want to say is, a lot of people, they make it, and you kind of go, I don't know, You know what I mean? They make it, and you drive by a billboard. I know a lot of people, and you drive by, you go, nah, I don't. That was luck, right? But sometimes people make it, and you go, oh, they put the work in. Mm-hmm. And the miles in, right, which is what I've done, you know what I mean? Just road and rejection and just years of just hanging on. And so it's like, this is one of those dudes, dude, because I remember before he even had the show, he was always on the road, you know, and he was always on. I saw him on an airplane once. I think he was playing Bart Reed's, you know what I mean, comic strip or whatever. And so, you know, I look up to him in that way as well, you know what I mean? But let's give him a round of applause. George Lopez, everybody.
Right? Now,
finally some truth in the world. Do you have to go to a converted fucking garage in the valley to find real truth? Fuck, I say yeah.
But bro,
thank you, man.
You worked hard, dude. I remember those days, dude.
You know, I started at the Comedy Store. Like the first time I went on stage was at the Comedy Store in Westwood.
Back in the day.
In 79, there was a strike. There was a strike in comedy. Can you guys hear me right?
Yeah.
There was a strike in comedy. Like all the Comedy Store was on strike, and the comedians were striking. You couldn't go to the club in Hollywood. Closed.
Wow.
And they had a place on Sunset. It's an Italian restaurant now, and across the alley, they had an arcade.
Really?
Fucking arcade.
Yeah.
You'd go in there and throw skee ball or play pinball. So you'd be playing pinball, the guy would come and go, "Oh, you're next." You're like, "All right." The guy would slide in there. Fucking 1 quarter, fucking play for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And we would go there. That's the first time I ever went on stage.
Wow.
And you know, it's so easy to fucking discount somebody and say, "Oh man, fuck that dude. Hey, that guy's this and that." But when I went to the Comedy Store in 91, I think I had just done the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Wherever Carlos was in the Comedy Store, that's when he took what was really kind of the bulk of that set that I had. And then I would be out there and they'd go, "Hey man, you know, the fucking doorman at the Comedy Store is doing your shit." And I'm like, "What?" There was no phone back then. We didn't even have phone. That fucking dude rode up to you, you know, with a fucking satchel like the fucking Pony Express. "Hey, some guys, like, yeah, you know."
Yeah.
But that, you know, and there really wasn't anything you really could do back then.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, people still bring up, "Oh, you put your hands on him," you know. I really didn't even know Carlos very well. But that's almost 30 years ago. That was 93.
Wow.
It's almost 30 fucking years
Wow.
ago. So at the Capital City Comedy Club in the late 98, 99, Chappelle was there the weekend before I was there, and it's all sold out, and everybody's like, "Fucking sold out." And then I come in, and it's first show sold out, second one, 3/4, Sunday, awful, Saturday, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy comes in the dressing room or at the bar, and he goes, "Hey man, Sandra Bullock is gonna come in the second show." And I'm like, "Oh." I was drinking on stage, fucking awful. Just to kill time. I fucking 6 shots. How many shots? How 45 minutes? 6.
Yeah.
And I fucking went to the room and I got on my knees and I said, "Please don't let her fucking come in here." Because it's awful.
Yeah.
Because when somebody sees you for the first time, they remember good or bad. You say, "Man, that motherfucker was awful. He's fucking drunk, all that shit."
Yeah.
And I didn't know her or anything.
Yeah.
And then like a year, July of 99, I get a call and it says, "Hey, you know, this producer wants to see you. They have this idea. It's not really an idea. They just want to see you."
Yeah.
I'm much different now. I go there at the Ice House. I was the king of the Ice House. Like, I laid them out.
One of the best rooms.
Oh, I don't
America.
even know. You don't even know why. It's just whatever it is.
They're
in that fucking...
When you walk out, they're there with you, almost as if you guys are on the same level.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, you know, the guy disappears literally for like a fucking calendar year. And then next July, like this motherfucker only worked in July. He comes back and he says, "You interested in that?" I said, "I don't know what it is." And it was Sandra Bullock, who lived in Austin, you know, culturally aware, you know, kind of the height of miscongeniality. And she came to see me at the fucking Improv in Brea from the Chateau. She had a house above the Chateau.
Wow.
In Brea on a Thursday. Like, that's fucking 60 miles away.
Yeah.
That's like 2-hour traffic.
Fucking
at
2
least.
hours. And her headlights were behind me. And all the way over there, I'm like, she's going to fucking veer off. Like, fuck.
Wait. So you met her in LA and she followed you
I
there?
met her in LA, and they said, "We're going to meet at her house and all caravan out there."
Wow. Oh, my God.
And those lights are behind me. And for fucking 2 hours, I'm just in there going, you know, she's going to say, "Fuck it." And she's gonna get off the freeway, and I gotta keep going.
Wow.
And she didn't.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
fucking long way, man.
Also, I would be driving like so like safe.
Right.
Now, normally, you know, when I drive, I don't give a fuck. I'm Asian too, so you know what I mean. I'm wild.
all over it.
The wrong lane. Yeah.
So And it wasn't, you know, it was good enough to where it's not leaking on the side. So that Thursday gets too big, you start to leak on the end.
Yeah.
But it was a nice, you know, unit, and she came in afterwards and she says, "Is all that shit true?" And I said, "Yeah." Your grandmother and all that fucking bullshit. I said, "Yep." And she goes, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do." The idea that we wanted was like the kids were the primary actors and the parents were secondary. Like they, you know. Like in all the things, fucking Leave It to Beaver, the fucking parents, guy comes home from work, you know, they're like second, third, third people.
Yeah.
And she goes, but I'm compelled by what I've heard.
Wow.
So she goes, come to my, we'll set up a meeting, come there. I'm gonna sit down, we'll get a writer's assistant, and let's just talk.
Wow.
And then, of course, you know, the Latino in you, I go hit balls at Witsit, fucking golf ball, 11:30, 12 o'clock. It means at 1. 12:15, fucking hit. I said, man, fuck this shit, man. Nothing's gonna, you know, phone rings. You on your way? I said, I'm not going. He goes, why? I said, what's Santa really gonna do for me, man? What the fuck? You know, what's you gonna do? Because you just inherently, it's so fucking hard to do anything or get any help that you don't think there's anybody legit that's really gonna. At least that's what I thought. Like, and then, you know, the fucking part of the whole Latino thing is that I think why we're not further ahead is you don't have the ability to fucking ask for help. You know,
hey, that's really true. A lot of Asians are actually like that too. There's a sense that like we don't want to burden anybody. So we kind of just like keep it, like internalize it and be like, well, if I can't figure it out on my own, like I'm not going to go ask for it.
Because when you're fucking growing up and if you say, hey, can you do this? Hey, don't come over here and be fucking asking these people for fucking food. And like I'm hungry. So you just shut it down.
You don't want to inconvenience anyone.
It's like, yeah. Why didn't you go to the doctor? No, I didn't. And that's part of the whole thing too, about sickness and people that die way before they're supposed to because they see the signs, they think it's a burden to, you know.
Yeah, especially with like authority figures or who we think are like higher up in our heads, even if it's not true.
Right.
Like your parents just, at least for me, because we're Filipino, that shit's instilled in us to not bother people.
Yeah. So all of that. And he says, listen, they fucking called, only this motherfucker was always eating food anyways. And he goes, hey, you know, now that I said it, I'm not going to say what I say. That motherfucker was always fucking eating. And he says, hey, now it makes sense. He goes, they called and asked you what you wanted for lunch. So that's how he knew it was legit. So I said, all right. So I go, I'm sitting, you know, she's at the hydrogens, I cover up people, everything. Sandra Bullock, like, fuck it. She's doing that laugh where she snores, like, you know. That.
But let me ask you that. Are you, because when I'm around, like, you know, even now, if I'm around like a big actress or whatever, I've been in those situations, I get nervous.
Fuck
bro.
yeah.
You're nervous as fuck.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And, you know, we'll talk about that shit. But 3 hours, like 3.5 hours, and you almost feel like therapeutic. You say, yo, you know, my grandmother would put me in every sentence, even if I fucking did. They go, so what happened to that dog you had? That fucking dog was fucking shitting all over the house, like George. Everything.
Yeah.
You know, goes to the Christmas fucking play. Never goes to the play. We're up there fucking singing. She gets up, so you're singing, "Ah, best life." She fucking gets up and fucking walks out.
Yeah. My dad, we have a photo of it. I was doing Huckleberry Finn. Right? I played Huckleberry Finn. right. So, you know, when an Asian guy, a Korean dude playing Huckleberry Finn, you get an applause break when you hit the stage.
Layup.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't expect it. So when they see an Asian guy with a little, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And the overall and doing the song, right?
Oscar already.
And people are like, crying, laughing, right? But then my mom took a photo of my dad. My dad is in the third row. I have it on my Instagram, bro. Oh, fucking dead asleep.
Fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
And you know, they don't realize that they're fucking you up. You know, it would be great, almost like pop-up video. Like if you're a kid and your parents fuck with you or leave you alone, or my grandmother I'd be doing my homework and she'd come in and she wouldn't even look at me, she'd turn the fucking light off in me.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
And I'd go, I'm in here doing my homework. She'd turn the fucking light on. I'd go, so during that day when the light's free, you don't fucking do a fucking thing. But at night, you fucking want to learn at night. But not during the day when you don't need a fucking lamp to do your homework.
Yeah.
You wish a little bubble would pop and go, let this one go because this will fuck with you for the rest of your life. let it, and then you read the bubble. You're like, okay, I got it. Boop, it goes away. Because they fucking put this shit on you that affects your relationships. It affects your fucking intimacy. It affects your friendships, and it's awful, man.
Yeah. What my parents used to do, my mom or all my aunties too, my titas, they used to put all the kids under age of 10 for every single birthday party. They gave us boxing gloves, and the kids would just box it out like we were bloodied up, and then the adults.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I grew up in the Philippines, and the adults would bet on which kid would win.
Human cockfights.
You know what? That's fucking all human cockfights. That's
it was
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, it's awful. But.
So,
and another thing.
That's awful.
Another thing they would.
Got it.
Another thing they would do is they would put this put this big thick thing of a bamboo log, and then they would put lube or slime on it, and then whichever kid would like fall off of it first. So we were just like hanging on like this.
Lube?
Yeah, it was a physical torture tactic. Like our agony was their entertainment.
your childhood was like Ninja Warrior then.
It was.
Very cool.
Running through the fire, the yard, the side of the house. But you know, but nobody put a fucking premium on kids like now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it was fun for them. They're probably fucking drinking, fucking laughing hard.
Yeah. Do you think it's easier? Let me ask you that. Do you think because we grew up, because you're what 60? You said I'm 50, right? So when we were kids,
you look fucking 21. Fucking Chinito, that guy, he still has that new car smell. That motherfucker's almost fucking 50. If he was a car, you took it in and go, we'll take it. It has 300,000 miles. It doesn't fucking look like it.
Yeah. But we grew up in a day where like racism was like outward.
Yeah.
Like kids would walk up and do this in front of me and just and nothing would happen. And people, like the teachers would high-five the kids. And then the teacher would do it. You know what I mean? They didn't give a fuck, right? But now kids, right?
Like it's Bobby's birthday. They put the tape right here. Happy birthday. I'll have a fucking tape. Oh, fuck.
But now, you know, because of, you know, it's because of cancel culture. And it's just a different breed of kids that we're raising. They're not exposed to the kind of shit that we were exposed to.
But it doesn't mean it's not there, though.
Oh, you think it is there? Maybe.
I think it is there. I think
it's there.
The problem is that you're trying to fucking rewire the culture and the system. But it's been going for so many fucking look how this world runs on shit that the fucking weak just get fucking buried and people that fucking work. You got people in fucking cages and you're fucking Latinos too. You know, never before in life had there been that we all fucking loved each other. You know, only fucking people who don't know any fucking Latinos think that we all get along. We fucking don't. Like, you know, God, you must come from a big family. I'm an only child, motherfucker. I didn't know my dad. You know, I know that one already.
Yeah.
So it just because it's hidden doesn't mean it's not there. You know, and then when it pops out, it's a big deal. But it's just gonna fucking come out. You know, unfortunately, it's better for kids because they don't have to, you know, be scarred by that shit.
Right.
But also, you're rolling the dice that later on, that motherfucker's not gonna go shoot up his work.
Yeah, they might have some like an odd sense of entitlement that we never got. Like we never felt entitled to anything. Now they feel entitled to everything.
You know, I watch my daughter Maya. Like I never watched YouTube at all.
Yeah,
fucking old man. You know, gets a cup of tea. Like, and now it's all I watch. But in there, I'm fascinated right now by people pretending to be police officers, but also the guy, the shooter that shot up Santa Barbara, because he
Elliot Rogers.
Yeah. So he talked about in that video not being short, being biracial. Not being popular with girls, but nobody's popular with girls. You have to fucking go talk to them like that. Yeah. Do you expect them to?
Okay, but also,
did you see his videos of him talking about how good looking he was? How he was
bro, I'm gonna tell you something.
We studied his manifesto.
Elliot, you didn't look like me.
Right.
Elliot was mixed with white, right? So he had some chiseled, right?
He was me in boy form.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. His dad got him a fancy car,
wait a
nice
minute.
clothes, right? I got fucked.
Wait a minute.
What?
She said he was me in boy form. Fucking beautiful. If your mom's fucking single, I love that mind. And he's me in boy form.
Hey guys, we're going to take a really quick break to share some of our favorite sponsors with you.
Let me tell you about the Helix Sleep. You will sleep really deep. It's one of my favorite. What's so funny?
You guys, we know that some of you are sleeping on some saggy old mattress at night, and we're here to tell you that you absolutely deserve better.
I'm going to tell you something, a little personal story. Maybe 25 years ago, I bought my brother Steve a mattress at IKEA.
Oh, okay.
And he slept on that thing for 25 years. And it got to the point where it was basically, you might as well just be sleeping outside. That's how bad the mattress was. And so, I got him a Helix Sleep mattress because I thought to myself,
He needs an upgrade.
He needs a really big upgrade. I'm going to freak him out by this. My brother every day calls me, and still, after every conversation, he says, "Oh, dude, by the way, thank you for the mattress."
I bought him the mattress for his birthday. You didn't. It was I bought him.
We'll never
Everybody's
know.
unique, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus size folks.
So you just go to their website. Helix Sleep has a quiz that just takes 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way you sleep.
So if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz, you order the mattress that you're matched to, and the mattress comes right to the door. I remember it arriving to our door, and I thought how quick it was. You don't even need to go to a mattress store ever again. Tell them, close it up.
I'm a side sleeper, so I was matched with the Midnight mattress because it has like a medium feel to it, and it is the best sleep of my life. So if you're looking for a mattress, take the quiz and order the mattress that you're matched to. The mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. You don't ever need to go to a mattress store again.
Helix is awesome, but you don't have to take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 and by GQ and Wired magazine. Just go to helixsleep.com/belly. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/belly.
Everybody likes Brooklyn, and you will really get a really deep sleep. Brooklyn is, I'll tell you this right now, guys. It saved our relationship. I'll tell you that. If I ever, at the end of my days, at the end of my life, they asked me, what's the greatest thing for your relationship? I thought I would say Brooklyn because more than anything else, because that's where me and Khalyla feel comfortable with clean sheets. That's the best comforter I've ever had. It feels like you're sleeping on top of a cloud.
Brooklinen creates beautiful, high-quality bedding and home essentials.
They work directly with manufacturers to give you a fair price. No middlemen, no markups. Their comforters come in lightweight, all-season, and ultra-warm to suit every type of sleeper and lifestyle. There's even a weighted comforter option for stress relief.
They offer a variety of materials, including an eco-friendly, recycled down alternative. Tell us more about it, Gilb.
Treat yourself to ultimate comfort with Brooklinen's Comforter Collection. Go to brooklinen.com and use the promo code TIGER to get $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's BROOKLINEN.com and enter promo code TIGER for $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com, promo code TIGER. Enjoy the rest of the show.
With what he looked like and what he had,
Yeah.
it was inside. He couldn't do it.
That motherfucker looked like the singer in Journey, that little Filipino dude.
Yeah.
Arnel Pineda.
Arnel Pineda, yeah.
The
See,
best.
Latinos, we don't know that. I don't know that. They fucking...
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. And I think he had his lip done. Like the lower lip was like, cosmetic
Wait,
already.
did he?
I think so. 'Cause the lower lip was really big, like injected.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But you're right. He didn't look like us.
Yeah. But I was able to do it. I knew when I looked in the mirror when I was a kid. I looked in the mirror as a kid and I went, yeah, you're fucked.
No.
No.
Wait a
But
minute. Where's your picture? I know you got everything fuck else in it. You got a picture.
yeah.
But I think I saw a picture of you on Instagram when you were a kid.
Yeah. But it was my own internal
In your own
thought,
right.
right? I thought, right? So I thought to myself, I got to do some extra shit, but I'm willing to do it, right? So, you know, I didn't really like, when I drove by the Comedy Store in La Jolla, that's where I grew up in San Diego, and I looked at the open mic sign on Sundays, and I signed up in 1995, right?
Wow.
I didn't go like, oh, I want to be a comic. Wow. I just thought, you know, I've seen it on TV. I like it, right? Let me try it. Maybe, and then it's just like I got an adrenaline from it. Yeah. But deep down inside, I always thought maybe if I got okay at this, maybe this will be something, right? That'll get me women, right? But I'm not gonna fucking shoot up fucking Santa Barbara.
Right. So, was anybody in your family in the business? Like there used to be a place, a Japanese village in Orange County. They didn't. No. You remember that place? Yeah, hey, if it wasn't closed then, it'd be closed now.
What is that place?
It was called Japanese Village.
Yeah.
And all the doors were like, this to get no. But they had a little, figure. It's Disneyland, but a Chinito Disneyland.
Oh, really?
And all the little bears
I want to go there.
And dancing like big heads. Like the little dolls, like the Cupid dolls.
Is it like Chuck E. Cheese where they have the live band, but with the, what do you call it, animatronic?
Yeah. Worse.
Yeah.
I mean, but there was, and you could go in there and, like Sorenor, California, like it smelled like cherry blossoms. My guy was like, "Está bonito, that smells Japan." But like that,
Yeah.
And it was Alpine Village was like a Switzerland thing, like they had all that shit.
I know Alpine Village.
Yeah.
I have to say though, George, when I started doing comedy.
But nobody in your family was a musician. Nobody said like a sound engineer or anything like that.
They didn't speak English.
His dad was a golfer.
My dad played golf.
On his body.
On my body. You know what I mean? With his clubs. He used to beat me with the club.
No shit.
Yeah. I grew up in a violent alcoholic home.
Damn.
And my dad worked 16 hours a day. We're immigrants, you know what I mean? So I didn't have, I just kind of drove by a club and I just signed up.
Oh, so but you watch comedy, like you had.
Yeah, you would watch it late at night. I used to watch you on Arsenio Hall and all that stuff, right? So you would watch it and go, it was good to see you on it. And like Margaret was another one where I just kind of go, George isn't, Asian, but like he looks different, right?
9%.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fact.
I am.
Really?
We're all like, wait, is he?
Kind of believe.
No. I mean, 9%, but most of it is Native American. Yeah. And then, I did the results and when I had the talk show and all the fucking Chicanos were like, fuck him. Like I wasn't Mexican enough because of Native, but we're all Native and black.
Native, yeah.
And black. We could start from first people,
Anything surprise you about when you got your genetic information? Besides that you were mostly Native American.
That I didn't have a casino somewhere in Oklahoma. I wasn't just you were living off the rest of my life. I think the amount of the Native American was big because it goes against who I never met my father, but the person that they said, like I didn't feel a connection to that guy. Like there's not a lot of pictures, but whenever they would talk about or show a picture, I didn't go like, yeah, I don't feel it. So it had to be my mom was a little fucking on the side and all that bullshit. So I'm sure it's not who she said it was.
Oh.
But yeah, it does help to see people that look.
But not only that, because there were not a lot of Asians doing comedy, right? It was weird. I only hung out with the Hispanic comics. Like I hung out with Gabriel, Willie Barcena,
right.
You know what I mean? Jeff Garcia.
Right.
And I used to open for Carlos,
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so it was weird. In the early days, I was really embraced by the Hispanic. I would do all the clubs in Alhambra and all, you know what I mean? At the bars and stuff.
Yep. That's a natural thing, by the way, because I came here as an immigrant, right? When I was 15. I didn't meet a white person really until I was like years into it, but I was so accepted within the Latino community. Like my whole high school years was just like going to quinceañeras. I speak Spanish. I made out with friends' uncles, quinceañeras. Like that was my whole thing because it was such an easy connection to be Asian within the Hispanic or within the Latino community.
Well, wait a minute. Uncles were like, you know what? That's another thing. There's a lot of that shit.
My friends'
what I mean?
uncles are always around to make out with.
You know what I mean? Because it's just all this shit happens in the backyard. So they're like,
It's true.
Yeah.
we gotta fucking tell anybody. You know, so it's a lot of shit that's
Yeah.
really.
But it felt like home for me. Like, and then around like the white community, I would
But were those
freeze
people
up.
who were immigrants too, or they weren't born in the United States?
No, a lot of them were like their parents were immigrants. Like it was a mix. In like my high school, Blair High School, it was a lot of the kids actually like half of the Latino community there was like new here. So a lot of them were ESL students, and half of them they were first generation. But within that mix, I just felt like so at home because they didn't question my ethnicity or my nationality. They were just like, she kind of looks like a güera a little bit,
Right.
but she kind of is also Asian, but fuck it, she's one of us.
Right.
Like pure embrace.
But I think that's more of the people who are immigrants that say, come in. The house always is warm because of the stove and everybody's cooking. More so than like Chicanos that I grew up in San Fernando. That those parents were almost like the kids of the generations.
Yeah.
They were that. And they were distrustful of strangers, where their parents would be like, "Trilo, come and eat." My grandma was like, "I don't fucking like them. Don't let them in the house." All this bullshit.
Yeah.
But her mom and her family would have been, "Come in. Who's that? That's my friend. Hi." And they just, and that, and I think that's where we lose a lot of shit now because everybody's on guard.
But what I found about the Hispanic audiences, because I would only perform, in the beginning they really did embrace me as soon as I would come. I mean, they would yell out stuff like cochino and all this stuff like that, right? Right. But it was still like, all in fun and whatnot. But I went to the Latino Laugh Festival. They invited me. Remember in San Antonio, right? I remember me and Joey Diaz went over there. We had no money. We begged managers to buy us meals because we couldn't eat. But it was like, all that early experience, was just so vital for me, dude, because, in the beginning, these white clubs wouldn't have me. They just wouldn't, and then it's as soon as
They wouldn't, so if you called a place or they wouldn't sign you up or they wouldn't audition
No, you would
or?
go to the Improv and it's like you weren't a regular and you couldn't know, you didn't even know who to talk to, right? Because they didn't have the friend that knew, right? So all I only did was like, the Hispanic nights or at the Comedy Store because I was a doorman there.
Right.
But, it's as soon as in 2000, I did Leno and I got Mad TV.
Right.
Like in a year. And then all of a sudden clubs were like, all right. You know what I mean? I mean, they had to at that point.
Sure.
Right? You had to get credit and then they were like, come on in.
So, but how long because like you don't give a fuck. And a lot of comedians, all they do is give a fuck. So when I would see, right? They're like, so this motherfucker was like no shirt on, fucking naked, fucking thong. You're just like, this motherfucker. It's so crazy that you're like, how can you not fucking love this dude? Like already Latinos love you. Like when they yell cochino, that's like,
that's what I love.
Standing up and that's what you want. So I can see it, I can see it. But also to get out of your own way takes fucking 20 years. Yeah. And you did it in 5 fucking years. Like I don't know how you did it.
It was probably 5-6 years, yeah.
Where you got out of your way faster because nobody tells you got to get out of your own way. I think you find it, but then however your process was, like you're like, I'm not going to give a fuck early, and that's I think when you think about how we waste so much time, guys don't get better.
Yeah.
Guys don't get better. They're around and they're around a long time, and they're not better or they're not different. You were different and better every time somebody saw you.
Well, I think the most important thing is that not only was I Asian, but I'm not, I'm a specific, there wasn't an Asian like me.
Right.
Like authentically like me. Like,
and I think that's why when I first met him like a decade ago or 8 years ago, I was like, that Asian is so fucked up. That's the one I want. Because I don't relate to the do-gooders. Like I didn't, the just by virtue even telling people you're Asian, automatically they put you in a box of being like a model minority and all of this stuff. So when I saw this motherfucker just like half naked at the Comedy Store, I was like, I want that one. That one.
Can I tell you something? Okay, listen. I'm going to be 60 April 23rd.
Yeah.
In my life, I have never heard I would say Latina, Filipina, Chiquita, all of it together. Any woman say, then when she saw a guy and he was fucked up, that they say, that's the one I swear to God,
But remember,
I fucking got chills on my leg. because
George.
if women would just fucking understand that you're fucked up and try and let you be fucked up, but you'll come home. Like, you'll be so much better.
But remember, I grew up boxing as a kid. Like, between him and I, like,
Making out with fucking Theo's. But whatever it is, you know what? That's a fucking beautiful thing, because judgment doesn't go away. When fucking people judge you, they might say, oh, I'm very non-judgmental. Then someone parks in their fucking driveway. They're like, hey, you fucking wetbacks, get that fuck,
Oh my God.
and it just comes out.
Yeah.
But, that it's great.
When you were mentioning earlier about your rise and stuff like that, and I kind of like, it's almost as like, because I knew about the Sandra Bullock encounter, you know what I mean, how you made it, but it's like, and that was,
that's just an open. That's just a fucking door open. That's not like, hey, you're gonna be a star. After the, I used to cry at everything too, man. Like, I used to cry all the time. Not so much anymore, but it was just so fucking surprising to me.
Yeah.
That anybody would take an interest in me, because nobody did.
Oh, I want to go cry.
And at the end of the meeting, we're going down the stairs, and she opens the door, and I say, listen, whatever happens, today, I just want to say, thanks. Like, because it's more than anybody's ever like taken an interest. And she looks at me, she goes, okay, why don't you let me worry about the business part of it, and you just fucking worry about being funny? And I said, wow, man. I got in the car and I was fucking crying and shit.
Now, then obviously you got a call like, all right, they're gonna do a pilot.
No, I went straight to the fucking series, because
Wow. Whoa.
Bruce Halford, who did Roseanne and was doing Drew Carey.
Yeah.
They have the same attorney, Sandra Bullock and Bruce Halford. And Cliff, the attorney, said, Sandra's got a project, and Bruce didn't know who I was, he said, because he wanted to meet Sandra. So Sandra took me to Bruce's office. We talked, he liked me. They set it up at the Ice House again, Nobody said, let's go somewhere else. I said, fuck, because I was fucking killer in there. Like, and I already really worked hard, but also knew that I could fucking deliver every time. And then he came and he was on board. And then he brought Peter Roth from Warner Brothers, and then he was on board.
Peter's the best.
Yeah, the best. He just got replaced after so many years.
Yeah, he's a hugger. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Love it.
And nobody tells him he has a lump on his back. Like, everybody fucking hugs him, and no one says, hey, Peter, you got a fucking lump on your back. Get an MRI. Yeah. And then Stu Bloomberg, who was the head of TV back then, that was the last TV, that was one of the last presidents where it was about the talent and not about numbers and not about, a time. So it was about talent.
Yeah.
Roseanne, and they had all the, Tim Allen. It was about, TV was about the talent in the show. And then it became about numbers, but he came to see me, and Peter came to see me in there, and then Sandra was there, and that was it. I remember the next day I was flying to work at the Laugh Stop in Houston, and I land, and
was Mark Babbitt's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
that. And then the guy calls, and he goes, are you sitting down? I said, I'm in the car, I'm on my way in Houston. And he goes, hey, man, ABC called, man, they're about to show like 6 on the air. And I was like in the back seat by myself, of course.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, whoa, man. I goes, you all right? I said, yeah. Wow. I'm okay. All right. Goes, get ready, man. We're gonna. All right. Fucking town car, the black thing, the town, the Victoria thing, the cars I don't use anymore. And I tell the driver, I hang up, and I said, hey, I just got a show on ABC. That motherfucker never said a word. Just
right. Yeah.
Sounds like Juliana.
Yeah.
But then, when I got that fucking initial fucking bite, because I'd never had the initial bite, and I said to myself, I said, they're gonna have to fucking take me out of here, fucking kicking and screaming. I'm not going down without working as hard as I could.
Wow.
During that time, and I had kidney disease, and nobody knew. I was shutting down.
Wow.
And I knew that I couldn't fucking remember shit. Your blood's toxic. You can't remember shit. They're like, you all right? I didn't tell them. I finally had to tell them.
Yeah.
And but this was already like 3 years in, so it was already beginning renewed and stuff like this.
Was
So
the kidney disease from just your lifestyle?
I was born premature. I didn't know.
Oh.
Finally, through through getting a foundation.
Yeah.
And when I had it done, I remember telling my ex-wife, we talked now. I was only disrespectful to her for fucking 10 years. Fucking huge mistake, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that woman. I talked to her on the way over. We talk now, but it's just part of what I didn't. Nobody taught me to appreciate things in life. So of course, you're gonna be fucking rogue and you're gonna be disrespectful to your wife and to your kid and to this family that she tried to make. But she made mistakes as well. But I was sick, so she helped me when I was sick.
All right.
And
I have to say though, because when you're a comic, right, and you're struggling, respect and all that stuff, and all of a sudden, because I've been in situations where a year or two where you're hot, right, and at first when it happened, I was kind of a dick because I just didn't know, how it all worked, and I just, I was full of myself, and then all of a sudden, I got humbled. You know what I mean?
I had to humble this
he
motherfucker
had
at the
to
post
humble.
office today.
We already fucking said I'm sorry and shit.
no, I know. That's
He
not-
lost his passport.
which is really the worst fucking thing.
Yeah, really.
All right, so I'll tell you what happened.
Oh no, let
You know
me
what I
say-
mean?
Let me say my side. Let me say my
And even
side.
during the pandemic, even though you can't fucking travel, don't lose your fucking passport.
I know. All right. I fucked up.
Wait, one more thing, George. Not only did he lose his passport, but his license has been expired for 2 years.
Oh, goddamn.
So there's no way to get a new passport without the license.
I'm shooting a movie in May, and I need a passport, and it's like, and if I don't have I fuck because it's a big movie, right? So it's like,
Finally.
Can I just tell you why we
Go
fought?
ahead. Okay, go ahead. Your version. I
It's
wanna
like
know.
you're talking
But
about.
it was over. I feel bad for bringing it up, man. My
No, George and this, they're in
This
the-
is we do this.
But,
all the
I'm
time.
not married, so I have to fight through a surrogate.
yeah. This is so we do this all the time. So let me just get my point across, okay?
Go ahead.
So,
My point.
bro. So it's like I had to get up early to go all the way to the west side. Anyway,
Tell George what early is.
it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter because George is a comic. He would understand.
1 p.m. is early for
Yeah,
him.
of course.
Okay.
Crack at noon.
Yeah, and that's as a comic. That's early.
We're earlier.
Yeah, thank you so much, George. So anyway, I'm sitting there, right, and I had to go take the photo.
Uh-huh.
They said, "Come here, take the photo." I took the photo, right, and then I sat back down, and I didn't put my mask back on, and she just. I told because we're already good,
go
right?
ahead.
So she just keeps she's just like, "Where's your mask?" And as soon as she said that, I go, "What the fuck?" I go, right? And I made a face, and I put the fucking mask on. And then she goes, "You know what? You're acting like that, so forget it. I'm out of here." And she just gets up from the fucking office like a crybaby, and then I see her walking across the street, right? And I have all my paperwork. I'm like, what the fuck?
Who did all that paperwork for you?
You did.
Exactly. That big pile of paperwork that you're carrying in the middle of the street like
Why
that?
did you look?
You didn't do a fucking goddamn thing with that paperwork. I did all of that. I've been in contact with your manager. I've been slaving, fucking losing sleep over your passport. Not mine, your lost passport.
I already said I'm sorry.
Anyway, we finally get to the post office. And I have to tell the people at the post office that, yes, I vouch that he is who he is. Because he doesn't have a driver's license. It's a whole thing, right? And then he has another Karen hissy fit at the post office.
Well, first I get recognized through the mask, by the way. That's a good thing.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Doesn't help. Yeah.
No, but it was cool. We're in a fight, right? I'm in the mask, and some guy just comes in and goes, "I'm a big fan of your work," and I go, "Thank you." It felt good. It felt good. Through the mask, bro. And I'm Asian too.
Yeah.
They can recognize an Asian dude like this, bro. Fuck.
That's fucking
So
fake.
anyway,
That's
that's right. And I wanted to look at her and give her a wink, but I didn't. And then what did I do?
I basically said, I was like, look, you are a nobody.
Right.
In this situation, when things need to get done, don't act like a princess. It's not the time to act like a princess because we need to get shit done. You're a fucking nobody as long as you don't have a passport. And that's basically what I said. And
You
then
know
you
what?
wanted to kill me.
Now in context, it's really like saying focus.
Yes.
That's a Latino way of saying you're a fucking nobody. Fucking get down to the fucking level, motherfucker. That's what them saying.
Yeah.
Hey, focus, okay? Stay with me. It's like the
Okay.
simple conversation.
I fucking understand that, all right? But it's like, I already apologized.
You
Right?
did.
So
you
why-
guys were good.
I already
Good.
apologized. We're good, and
we're
we
good.
held hands in the car.
We did. He forced it. It was a little forced.
Wow.
What?
We were a little forced.
Yeah,
It
we
was-
did.
it
We,
was like
we did
this.
one of those. I grabbed her hand. And I go, all right, let's just,
Fucking claw.
let's
Like
get out. Yeah, we clawed it. We clawed
two
it.
fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Hopefully by the time we get to Ventura, I'll have fucking 3 fingers. That little palm.
yeah, but I just want to say this before, just to get it out there, is that I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. No, just look at me right now. Don't look at anyone else. All right, lady, look at me right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, and you know this, right? I'm a generous guy.
Oh my God, here we go. He's gonna suck his own dick. For
I'm gonna
10
suck my own
minutes.
dick for a second. Can I
All
suck
right.
my own dick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
George, can I? It's my show. Can I suck my own dick?
Hey,
It's our show,
go.
actually.
Might as well, 'cause
It's
I
our show.
won't.
It's our show.
No.
All right. It's just that I just want to say that I don't think that I'm special, right? I just get in a bad mood when I get up early, right?
That's called diva
And
shit. That's called diva behavior. But go ahead.
No.
Okay, George, please.
No. I'm listen.
George, please.
It's fascinating.
I know you're the guest. I
No,
apologize.
it's fascinating to me. Hey, listen.
Yeah. This is
I've
the
been
kind of
watching
shit-
fucking serial killer documentaries. Come on.
Wait, which one's your favorite?
You see the Night Stalker one?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a good one. He's a good one.
that's a good
He's
one.
one of my favorites.
Somebody said they were friends with Gil Carrillo. You know the Night Stalker.
Yeah, I got it. So I'm trying to get him to be on the thing.
I want him on
We
this
should
podcast.
hey, let's see if we can get him. We'll come in
Who's Gil
together.
Carrillo?
Gil Carrillo was the guy who solved it. Basically, he was the guy who he wasn't the hotshot white cop. He was the guy from Whittier.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Maybe we share podcasts. I bring Gil and we
yeah.
and we do one of those crossovers.
Or you could have me as a guest on yours.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right,
we'll have
and then
Gil.
have Gil on there, dude. That would make me so fucking happy.
Let's
bro.
do that.
I love that guy.
But let's not get far away from where you guys are. We'll talk about that later. Take a note of this. Richard L. Ramirez.
But I just want to say that I honestly don't think that I am right. But you frame it in a way that I'm like kind of, I don't want to say his name, but Dane Cookie.
You don't want to say his name.
Yeah. Dane's been on our show. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Dane, right?
yeah.
That's not.
But that's heavy, man. That's a heavy one. Like that's fucking like that's a motherfucking
Heavy.
because a lot of those dudes like Dane was a little bit affected. I don't know him that well, but you love these guys, but you don't know how somebody's going to react. But then sometimes, and everybody comes down. But it's like how high do they get? How much do they
Yeah.
think of themselves?
Yeah.
At his peak, even though I was his friend, right? It was hard.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a really quick break to share our personal favorite sponsor.
For him's hair loss. You guys, I'm going to tell you this right now, that this is code red for my friends and myself. We are using for hims now because we're losing our hair.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you the problem. 66% of men, I'm talking to you, Santino, start to lose their hair by age 35. Okay? Bill Burr? Once you've noticed thinning hair, it can be way too late. Is that hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Any bald spots yet? The best way to prevent more hair loss is to do something while you still have some. And I'm just tired of it, guys, walking around with just these weird hairs.
Jason Statham looks hot.
Don't say that, babe.
He could be hotter, is what you're saying.
He's 10 times hotter,
Yeah.
and he would be like the biggest one.
I see.
Yeah. So why do guys turn to weird solutions, Jason? Right? When they can turn into medicine and science. Tell them more.
Forhims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss and skincare. It's time to write a new chapter, one in which you have hair. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims is helping guys be the best version of themselves with licensed medical providers and FDA-approved products to help treat hair loss. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. Prescription solutions backed by science. Tell us more about it, Gilb.
Today, Hims is giving you their best offer yet. If you're not happy with the results after 90 days, Hims will give you a full refund. And right now, TigerBelly listeners can get their first visit absolutely free. Go to forhims.com/belly. That's forhims.com/belly for your free first visit. Prescription products require an online consultation with the healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Remember, that's forhims.com/belly. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I always hear stories like when Kip Adada, you know Kip Adada?
Sure.
Kip Adada, I guess, was drunk.
Use a penis pants.
He peed in his pants, right?
Out of just being nervous?
No, it was
Being drunk.
one important night where he was on TV or something, or something televised, and he was drunk and he peed in his pants, and that fucked him up. You know what I mean? You can't pee. Why shit my... But, no one really saw it.
But those, like, if I may say, I was around in those times when those guys were around. So I would say, because as a historian of comedy, like when they did that show, Make Me Laugh, those guys got a lot of attention. Kip Addotta, Vic Dunlop, Skip Stevenson, Shanley was on there, Franklin Ajayi, a lot of the really good guys. And back then, even though there wasn't cable or the places we have now, you really weren't getting an opportunity if you didn't deserve it. So, not saying that he wasn't deserved, but he was kind of, just a little bit maybe like that because of that you're not in the thing. Letterman, Howie Mandel, Shanley, those guys, and there's like layers, like in a gym. But if the Comedy Store would be the gym, there's some guys that, like you say, never get to wear the belt, but they maybe would have had an opportunity, but they couldn't get there. Yeah.
Bro, I'll tell you a sad Kip Addotta story, bro. Before he died, I get a call from the Comedy Store, open mic. It was a Sunday. And I go, are you on your way? I was going to go there to pick up a check, and I went over there, and they go, this old man wants to come up and do open mic, but we won't let him. And I go,
no.
What's this old man? He goes, he said he knows you, because I know Kip. And he goes, his name is Kip Addotta. I go, Kip Addotta's here? I look, and Kip's there. And he's like, hey, they won't let me on. And I fucking yelled at the fucking guy. I go, do you know what the fuck that is? You know what I mean? But he couldn't even get up on the, and then he died.
Oh no, that is.
Here's another sad guy that died that I love, Charlie Hill. Do you know Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew Charlie Hill. I helped Charlie Hill toward the end, man. I gave him some money and brought him with me.
I love Charlie Hill. Don't you? Well, one of the nicest guys.
The sweetest.
Oh my God, I love Charlie Hill so much.
The sweetest guy.
He was like an American Indian. Can I say that? Yeah.
Native American, yeah.
Native
So,
American.
George.
Did the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Killed.
Oh.
He
Didn't
had that joke, he would come out and go, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Yes. Yes.
And then he would sing, this land is my land, this land ain't your land.
yeah.
That shit was fucking
But also, Charlie back in the day, didn't he go out with like a really hot actress at one point? It was like either Wonder Woman or somebody. He had
shit, that-
yeah. He hooked up with, like, he was the talk of the town in the 70s.
Really?
But that's what Pryor did. Like, Pryor brought all those, if you look at the Pryor shows that he did at NBC or whatever show he did, like, they were all writers. He took the Comedy Store and just said, we're going to NBC and we're going to do this thing.
Marshall Warfield
All
he
of
took? Yeah, all those people.
All of them.
Tim, I forgot his name.
Tim Thomerson.
Tim Thomerson, yeah, all those guys. All right, so, George, I want to just say, because we're closing it out, but at the end of our show, we do a thing called...
Wait a minute, are we done?
No, we do another segment.
Oh, all right.
We do.
We didn't even fucking talk about really anything.
Oh,
this was all fucking great.
George, you're going to come back.
All right.
Yeah. This is, you know what I mean? This is not the end of our relationship.
All right, cool, right on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I just want to say, though, bro, it's just that ask anybody. We've had pretty great guests, but like for you, I got really nervous. I don't know why, because I really look up to you, man. I don't want to get all fucking
I
gay
have a
with.
question. Weren't you guys in Israel together?
Yeah.
We were in Israel together.
Did you guys cross
And
paths?
fucking nice to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, we were nice to each other. Yeah.
Because I know you posted an Instagram post and you call it like the rice and beans tour.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
But it's, I'll be honest with you. There are times where, like, if I'm around Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
And we're hanging out talking, it's not like I'm fully there. It's like when Bill Burr's here, right? When
Yeah.
I'm talking I hang out with Bill Burr all the time. I'm not fully myself. I'm kind of in my head a little bit and I also edit a little bit because I want them to think that I'm cool. Right? That's the honest thing, right?
Right.
There's certain people that I'm around where, like, if I'm around Johnny Sanchez or, you know what I mean? I'll spit on him. I don't give a fuck, right? Or, you know what I mean? yeah. But, like, or, even other big comics, like, whoever it might be, right?
Yeah.
Santino or whatever, right? But it's like, there are certain people where you're just kind of around them. Mark Maron's another one like that, where it's like, I edit. Don't say that. You know what I mean? Say this in a nice way. And I'm like that with George. I have, maybe in time.
It's just called reverence.
It's right.
No, but we haven't spent a lot of time. You guys never really seen me before in person, but I don't give off an air like you would like hold back saying something, right?
Not at all.
No,
Not at all.
That's not. You wouldn't be on here.
I think when you did I did Bill Burr's, or the whole podcast thing is new to me, but nobody's really ever seen me be anything outside of what I'm portraying or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the freshest approach to it. I think people are surprised to see me the way that I am and not the way they perceive me.
Not only that, what's great is that I know that when you come back here, that there's other things that we can talk about because you don't have, you know, a lot of guys they have like, they're filtered, right? But you're so natural and you want to talk about things and you don't shy away from things. So I just think, what's the podcast that what is your podcast called?
Oh my God, hi.
Oh my God, hi. Oh my God, hi, right?
I got high.
Yeah, and is it out now?
Yeah.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out. I think it's the 5th one. I do it over there with Al over there.
Yeah, at ATC.
ATC.
We're with
Yeah.
ATC.
Oh, yeah, we're at
Yeah.
ATC too. Yeah,
Yeah, right on.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. So at the end of our show, we do a thing called Unhelpful Advice, and people email us with problems, and we sometimes don't know the answer, but you know, try or try not. It doesn't matter.
Unhelpful Advice with George Lopez.
Hi, guys. I love how you are authentically yourself, truly genuine. I try my best to be similar to you in being always open since I myself was abused. Let's just say my parents were monsters and I never really was a kid. And there was back then, it was all just horror and survival. How do you guys find the resolve or energy to get past all the abuse and even though your dad beat you? Obviously therapy, but any life wisdom?
Is this a kid?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He has no age.
Get help. See a
Yeah,
therapist.
but if you're in high school, and how do you ask help?
See a therapist.
You're living in the hell. You know what I mean? And teacher, you know what I mean? My dad's beating. What do you say?
When I came here in high school, I was so spiraling out of control that I went to my chemistry teacher in tears and said, I will kill myself today if I don't get help. I don't know who to get help from. I'm new to this country. Somebody help me. And the school did. Granted, I was in and
Do
out.
what I do. Just pin it up in here.
Don't pin it up. Don't pin it up. Don't do what you do.
No, just absorb it into your body. It's going to turn into a cancerous stroke. But that's what I
I think people make themselves sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you thought about suicide? You thought about killing yourself?
Yeah, I was in and out
She
of
tried.
institutions so much 3 times because I was such a suicidal kid because I was so lost in this like new American world. I couldn't figure out where I belonged. I was, you know, I didn't even know like what kind of Asian I was, where I fit in. And, you know, I had a dying father. I had grown up being beat my whole life. So I was just really confused. So when I came here, I was thrust into this new world in like 10th grade. I was like, somebody please tell me how to do it because I'm out this bitch. I will kill myself today. And thankfully,
that's a fucking big step. Like that's a big thing. It saved your life.
save your life and like sound the alarm on yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's no shame in saying I'm not doing well. Can somebody, you know, help me a bit?
And you know, now there's YouTube and all that stuff that you just put in specifically what the issue is.
Yeah.
And you'll have your own answers. And gradually, I think you'll start to see specks of light if you dig in the right direction. Like if your kid is doing that, right? You know, your dad, did he beat you with a golf? I love golf. I can't imagine. I'm not sure I would love golf if somebody was hitting me with a fucking 9-iron in my fucking
That's why
lower
I
torso.
can't play golf.
It's awful.
Because if I smell grass, I just get I get PTSD, bro.
There's grass everywhere.
I start shaking. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
grass.
Yeah. So it's like, no, my dad was like, he would even go photo on my back. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, he used to beat me with ping pong, all kinds of stuff, right? Utensils. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad was abusive, but he beat the shit out of my mom a lot.
That's worse, man.
Where my mom would like, you know, black eye and all that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and when I absorbed it. And this is I'm not telling him to do this.
Don't do this.
I absorbed it. Then I started doing meth. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
I used to, do drugs, end up in rehabs. I've been in full rehabs in my life, you know what I mean? And, I have now over a year sober again, but I relapsed a year and a half ago. She was there, you know what I mean? But it's like, I've had my problems, But now I have a trauma therapist and I'm dealing with all my issues, But it just takes time. Just don't kill yourself, bro.
Yeah.
When you did drugs, did you do them by yourself or did you do them with people?
By myself.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
like
worse.
being alone.
That's worse.
So yeah. So if you're out, when people do drugs by themselves, it's worse. They're more severe than, if we're all around like this, you can be fun at first.
Yeah.
And then you slip off to your own fucking side. Then nobody sees you anymore. And then, when they see you, they're like, what the fuck? And all that other bullshit. But I wish you well, man. I know how fucking hard that is, man. To do all that shit. Yeah. No, serious.
Yeah, it was, because see, right here, bro, right here, dude,
Behind all the Red Bull cans,
Yeah,
it's
this
actually
is
his
my dad right here, bro.
Dad's ashes.
This is ashes,
That was my
right?
next question. Yeah.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, beef jerky. Yeah, no.
Are those some fucking Titleist? The same color box.
You know, so this is the bottom half of my brother has the upper half of my dad's body. I have the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Because if there's a ghost, right? You know what I mean? I don't want the upper half.
Wait a minute. My fucking house is there'll be some ghosts. My house is haunted.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But you have
So-
a haunted house, George?
Oh yeah. I had somebody come. That's another. Hey, so
No.
Did you guys?
No,
ma-
don't. You can't just
I got
brush
fucking
off.
orbs
You can't
and
just
shit.
brush off
haunted house.
bro.
It's our favorite genre is haunted house.
Wait, so right now the house you're living in right now is haunted.
I had somebody come and clean it. And I'm gonna show you. When I moved in, there was noise, and I thought that's an old house. And then I heard "Ma," and I fucking shot up and I said, I said, "Someone's in here." Fucking go downstairs with a gun. Nobody's around. Then you hear noise on the other side of the house for years, and you hear it, and you're like, okay. You kind of make peace with it. You know, you're like, all right, you know. And then people come over and they're like, hey, man, I went into your kitchen to grab that stuff you asked me to grab. And when I fucking could feel somebody behind me, he goes, I thought it was the driver. And when I looked back, there wasn't anybody there. So I fucking ran out of your house. Or somebody will say, they came to do one of these like DoorDash kind of promos.
Yeah.
And the lady was doing the sound. And she told the person that was with me, she says, tell George that I hear somebody talking.
Oh,
So if you can ask them to be quiet. And I said, there's nobody here. And the lady fucking saw somebody fucking walk by. And then I'm going to show you this picture. And then
I don't want to see. No, I'm not ready.
I
I'm not ready.
gotta say.
I'll show you a video, but I'm going to show you this picture. So whatever you do, don't, listen, if anybody has a fucking Ouija board, throw that motherfucker away today.
Well, you did Ouija in that house?
Black magic. No. But it's black magic. Ouija board, it's funny you could get one at fucking CVS.
Target, yeah.
It's fucking black magic, man. Don't fuck with, because you're calling people that haven't gotten to where they belong.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the movies, bro.
You know, remember when
I saw The Exorcist, bro.
What the fuck exorcist says, hey, Father, you have any change for a Catholic?
Yeah.
If you're calling your father, a fucking demon will take his voice and say, it's me. But it's a fucking demon. So careful who you call, because
I don't
those
fuck around with
motherfuckers
that
will.
stuff.
I don't fuck around either, bro.
They'll come and they won't go away.
George, I have one question for you. You are a relatively wealthy man. Why the fuck
Fucking
are you still
move!
there?
Fucking move.
Yeah, I know. No.
Wait, you get the fucking move.
Okay, let me tell you this story. So, I always wanted to live in Los Feliz, right?
Yeah.
So I fell out of escrow on a house that was up there. And then, we're driving. This guy's driving. It's like 2 hours on fucking, because I'm working in Santa Monica. And I looked on Trulia and there's a house, perfect fucking Los Feliz, like a perfect house. Like you go, oh my God. Call this lady. I said, hey, Brooke, can you get me in there? She calls. She goes, tomorrow we're in there at 1 o'clock. I said, there's nothing earlier? No. She goes, George, they have it like every 15 minutes with a 15-minute break. Like everybody wants this house. So I said, oh, fuck, then why even go? She goes, hey, you just go look. So I go in there, beautiful pool, things in there. And you go upstairs, come down. The guy goes, what do you think? And I said, Dad, it's great. And he goes, you want it? And I said, what do you mean, do I want it? Like, what about all these fucking, he goes, hey, I'll call the guys that own it, call the owner. He's a doctor. He goes, he's a huge fan of yours. So I said, hey, guess who's in your house? And he said, oh, fucking George. He goes, hey, tell him if he gives me the full price, he can have it. And there's like 50 fucking offers.
Wow.
So I paid the full price and I got it. And then, you do some work to it. And in the fireplace, so my name is George because I was born on April 23rd. And at the General Hospital over there, my mom wanted to name me Anastasio, who they thought my father was. And my grandmother's like, fuck him. You're not naming that motherfucker somebody that disappeared. So my grandmother goes, what's today? Tells the nurse, what's today? April 20, what's that day? It's St. George Day. So she goes, George, Edward, St. George. And I told the dude that the contractor, I said, hey man, can you fucking clean those fireplaces out? Because they look like they haven't been cleaned in forever. And when he calls me back, he goes, hey, when you get home, look in the fireplace because there's a conquistador tile in there. And it's a tile of St. George.
Whoa.
from the 1920s. So you almost feel like it's, I mean, you know, it's
meant
not
to
St.
be.
Christopher. It's not, you know, the Virgen de Guadalupe. It's a fucking St. George tile from the 20s. So I made the mistake of calling people, especially one who had just recently passed. And that's when a lot of the activity came, a lot of the banging and a lot of the orbs and a lot of the bullshit. But then it was in the hallway. I'll show you a fucking video. There's a fucking person in the reflection of a picture that's moving in the thing.
Oh my God.
But I took a picture, like I felt. You can see kind of a shadow. And I'm gonna show it to you, but you can see the shadow.
Okay.
So when I'm in bed now, all of a sudden, there's more things happening. More, you know, like you're like fucking God. I feel like fucking somebody's over there. So now it started to happen on the right side of the where the bathroom's over there, and I would go like this, and I'm like, so I took a video of that right side of my bedroom. And I didn't see any orbs or anything, but in the picture, not a mirror, in the picture I see this square. And I go, what the fuck is that? And then I pull it open, and it's a fucking green face.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
There's a fucking green,
It's a green face.
there's a green face. And I said, fuck this. I said, I hired this lady to come and fucking take him out, and she did.
How was she?
Would you say take out the green guy?
She no, they know fucking, yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Wait, is
No,
it,
hey, the green guy's gone. The fucking dude hanging out of the mist is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
There was some crazy.
I have questions.
Yeah.
Now, did we do the cleansing in the hippie way or the Catholic way?
I think they did it the hippie way.
With the sage, because that
Yeah.
shit don't work. You
Well,
gotta fucking.
They're on their way. I'm sure they're on their way back.
Babe.
But no. Listen, I know they're on their way back. But
Babe.
but when you see that, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you gotta
George,
try.
the only reason
try
I'm
something.
telling you this is because when I was younger, my dad's boat had to be exorcised. Like they had, my dad was agnostic. He didn't believe in shit, but it turns out like they had like a haunted steering wheel in his ship.
Yeah.
So there was a family of 5 living there, and the priest had to exorcise it. And the next day, the priest died.
Okay.
Wait, the
And
actual.
then-
Wait, is this on the peacock?
And then when my dad like went through a depression, he grew his beard out and he slept on the couch for like 6 months, and he wouldn't speak to us for 6 months. What I'm saying is this shit is real.
No, I know.
I believe in this shit, and it freaks me out, and I want to make sure that not some like young hippie bitch
No, it doesn't-
just with some sage.
I get it.
Yeah.
But for right now, they're gone. But also.
Fucking move, bro.
But also, when you have things of other people, like I have things that belong to people who were famous, part of their fucking spirit and their energy is with those things, even things that are just collected from people. They you know, you see a robe and you're like, man, that fucking robe is my dad. Like he wants to wear this robe, and you have the robe, you have part of his energy and his self in there. You know, you leave things. That's why, you know, when someone dies and you know, everybody's sad, and then they go, look what he left, and you look at something that belonged to him and you fucking you're destroyed because that's them.
Their essence is.
Their essence, that's them. That's what they like. That's what they did.
Do you feel as though these people or these entities living there, were they of the friendly variety?
You know, in the beginning, but then in the last 6 months, I called somebody, spirit, and they fucking showed up. I'm telling you. And since that time, it's been more like, I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then that shit. And the fucking orbs and the name words and the fucking mist in the hallway and in the middle of the night, you're just like, this is fucking insane. And I just had enough. Like, you know, in the video, I saw something that I didn't see before. And when I saw that, I said, this is fucking way past anybody's fucking tolerance level. Like there's a person in the reflection of this picture that's wearing white, that's moving. And I'm like, that fuck it, man, that's it. And I didn't want.
It could have been your girlfriend or something.
No, I'm puto. No. No, it's a fucking thing. And the thing is not a mirror. It's a picture.
It's a picture.
Like this is not a mirror. It's a picture. So that fucking face leaning in like this.
Yeah,
is like,
yeah.
That's, you know, they go, hey, George, that's not a face, motherfucker. That's a fucking, no, anybody that sees that's going to be like, that's a fucking face.
Yeah, I saw a face.
So now you go, okay. But for whatever anybody believes in that house, it's from the 20s and shit. Like, you know, so
Yeah,
so she
yeah,
came,
yeah, yeah.
and it feels different. It feels different.
There's an unsettled.
But of course, I'm sure it's going to be a process. But yeah, all of that shit that you know, it's. And I live alone. It's a big fucking house, and you hear these fucking noises, man. You're just like, it's. And it's funny. As a kid, I was afraid of everything, afraid of the dark and all that bullshit. But you think as an adult, I'm almost 60, like all that's gone away. Everything and also for that kid when you start to believe in yourself and believe your worth and believe that regardless of, you know, somebody, you know, hey, listen, bukkake videos, you know, and then you go take a shower, you're brand new again. It's like you don't have to walk around with fucking dry fucking crema all over you, you know? If you ever get to that, that's going to be a beautiful quote, by the way.
Yeah.
When you get to, as long as you have a fucking life, you have a chance to fucking change everything.
Right.
Even 50 loads, you know.
Yeah.
But you do have so as long as, like, you know, kids that are depressed and all that stuff, there's opportunity to be better when you're alive. You know, it's over. But you know, and so all the shit that I had as a kid is gone. Like all the things that scared me, all the insecurities that I had.
Yeah.
Are gone. Wishing people, like a Buddhist, you know, practice Buddhism, and that came from like just seeing the signs, man. Of like there was a Buddhist temple in San Fernando, and my grandmother would see them, and it's the same time like Hare Krishna's Buddhist. You know, they don't want anything. My grandmother would go. She goes, bitch, fucking good. Hare Krishna. I said, grandmother, they're Buddhists. If I took that, get that shit. I said they don't want anything. The Buddhists don't want anything. She's like, everybody wants something. And you just hear that fucking voice every day. And then I moved to Sherman Oaks. There was a Buddhist temple on the corner. I bought a place in Hawaii. It's a fucking top of the hill. We get there to go get something to eat. Fucking Buddhist temple there. So at the dark time of like the divorce and all that shit, that you still have to go work and you go home and you're alone. Fucking brutal, man. Taking some fucking Vicodins and some fucking Four Locos. Listen, you don't need fucking Vicodin when you're drinking a Four Loco. Those motherfuckers, thank God they don't make them. You still find them.
Yeah.
Some people, they gave me some Cesert for Christmas. Like, if you want to kill yourself, there's way. But you know what? I didn't want to fucking go out like that. Like and then I started to look at the principles of like not wishing anybody harm, and you know, of trying to just be better and avoid, you know. And I went and met the Dalai Lama in Boston. I fucking went over there and he shook my hand and we talked and spoke at his 80th birthday party like 5 years ago and stayed connected. And it's changed everything about me, man. Like I don't trip off anything.
Wow.
And I'm happy to be alive, and even all that bullshit that would be like 911. Yeah, there's a fucking Mexican standing in the middle of the street. I don't know, yelling something like George Lopez. I can handle that shit.
Right, yeah.
Because I've already seen fucking different variations of my life.
That's why you can handle ghosts. That's why
and I
you
understand them.
can
Like I don't,
Yeah.
but I won't fucking call them anymore. Like don't call them.
Yeah.
Because they'll come.
Real quick, because I remember when Barack, you know what I mean, was inaugurated.
Right.
You went.
Yep.
I remember watching that going, it was you, there was like a bunch of guys, but like
Sam Jackson,
Tiger,
big,
yeah.
all
And when I remember going, wow, this is cool, right? When you were flying there, right, and obviously you know him, what's he like?
the greatest fucking dude, man. You know, we did a thing in. He asked me. We did a thing in New Mexico. So Chris Rock said, call me, and he says, Barack Obama asked him to call me because you know George Lopez. You know, I want to try to see where he is politically affiliated. So I'm driving up, and the phone rings. It's Rock, and he goes, "Hey, I don't know where you are politically, but Barack Obama called me, and he wants me to tell you, are you with him, or he wants to call you." I said, all right. So he's going to call me at like 2:00. Watching the news. He's campaigning. Senator Obama. 1:50. He's leaving an event on CNN. You're watching. So you go, this motherfucker's not going to call me at 2:00. He's fucking walking out to the car. It's like he's leaving an event. Who's not going to call me at fucking 2:00? Fucking phone rings. I go, hello? He goes, Brother Lopez? Yeah, Barack Obama. He says, listen, I don't know where you are politically, and I don't know where you are, but I'm coming to Los Angeles, and I would love for you to help me get the Latino vote. And I said, you think 7 votes are going to make that big a difference? So I got on board with them early. And I went to Texas, and I went all these places. Detroit did shit with them, and they fucking booed me. Fucking booed me. And I stayed consistent. I got talked at that.
Wait, who booed you when you would?
Fucking people in Mexicans in Harlingen, Laredo, Hidalgo, El Paso, fucking people in Detroit, all over, fucking with Colorado. But I stayed with them, and he knew that. He knew I stayed with them.
Wow.
And this guy Higginlooper in the second term, I get a on Saturday morning, 8:30, the fucking fax under the bed. Fucking after a show, you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's a robocall. The White House called the people that represent. They said, you think George could do this robocall because Tuesday is the election in Colorado, and it's a seat that can't go red. So I look at it. I gotta take a shower. Fucking home, coffee and all that stuff. So you look at it. It's fucking awful. You go over there. Hey, it's George Lopez. Fucking awful, man. So I call that girl. I go, hey, can I fucking just like that? Read the points, but don't do it like that. All right. I go, hey, sounds good. What the you fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And he wins. Fucking guy wins. Because it was like that, so that the Latino vote was going to make the difference. If they really did in his election, it does. And he called me up like the next 2 mornings. They're 9 o'clock in the morning. Called me and said, thanks. When you, I remember he said, when you speak, people listen. I thought, fucking president, man.
Wow.
Fucking doing that shit. So, it's something you don't imagine, but then you can't, you also can't believe that it can't happen. Yeah. So we should imagine it, and we shouldn't limit ourselves and think that's only for other people, not us. Like, it's for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit, all the good shit in life is for us. Wow. We don't have to, and you don't have to feel guilty. Like, fucking white dudes, they have this fucking money. They don't, other white dudes don't fucking apologize to fucking being wealthy. Jeff Bezos doesn't say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm so fucking rich.
Yeah.
But to us, fucking sell out, fucking punk, motherfucker, you don't care about your community.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking done more for the fucking community. How about the fact that I even exist on a show that hasn't been off the air every fucking day that your kids can see and that you saw and kids saw growing up? That's a positive fucking image of a family. And it's every day. You might not see it and you might not think about it, but I've been in your lives for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And to just disparage me as that, fucking salad. Man,
but
listen,
those
man.
voices are small.
It means nothing.
It's
But I'm
small.
saying that, you grow up afraid of everything and then realize there's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
To be fair, if I did get a phone call from Barack Obama, I too could live alone in a haunted house by myself. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's the lesson.
But George, I mean, just end it. I mean, what an incredible fucking journey for you, bro.
Yeah, man,
it's been crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's an amazing fucking thing.
And I've been trying to play the guitar since I was 15. I sold flowers when I was 15 on the corner of Nordhoff and Tampa, where the Burger King is across the street from the Black Angus in Northridge. A whole fucking night selling flowers like Christmas Eve. I made $100 and I went to Castle's Music in San Fernando. It's not there anymore. And I bought a fucking copy of a guitar. And my fucking stupid ass, I didn't know a guitar could be tuned. Not every string had to be tight. So there I am, a fucking pendejo in the fucking back room, turning it and popping strings.
Oh.
Because I think that's how you tune a guitar.
Oh, wow.
Pendejo.
No.
It's like putting an air in your tire until it fucking popped.
Yeah.
But the guys that I admired growing up are all my friends. And that's fucking beautiful.
Guys, can you guys give George Lopez a fucking round of applause, bro? Fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, dude. And you know what? I mean, I'm willing to do whatever you need. You know what I mean? From me, I'm available just to let you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
If you needed anything. So thank you so much, bro.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you,
That
George.
was fucking amazing, dude. Oh, my God.
What's up, sleepers? We just released a new vlog on Patreon from a top secret location. George, if you were to say one word to describe that secret location, what would you say without giving it away?
Apocalyptic.
Ooh, guys, that's a good effing word. To watch that vlog,
Hey.
I don't want to get demonetized.
Disney Plus?
Hey, no. YouTube Plus. To watch that, you enjoy all our premium content, you can head over to patreon.com/TigerBelly. Let's thank our sponsors again, Helix, Brooklinen, and Hims.
Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses and orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/belly. And let me tell you, I might not be tip-top enough to get a mattress in this organization, but I got one of those pillows and they are comfy.
Guys, treat yourself to ultimate comfort with Brooklinen's Comforter Collection. Go to brooklinen.com and use the promo code TIGER to get $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100.
Hey, I am tip-top enough for Brooklyn, and my wife even got more.
Hey.
Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Today, Hims is giving you their best offer yet. If you're not happy with the results after 90 days, Hims will give you a full refund. Just go to forhims.com/belly, Gilbert.
And George can confirm because
Gilbert.
He didn't have to do the refund because it worked for him. So once again, thanks to Helix, Brooklinen, and Hims. George, if you want to, send a question for Unhelpful Advice or ask anything else silly, like send a video perhaps, ask a question.
You might go to email us at adviceunhelpful@gmail.com.
And George, people have been talking about your chiseled physique. What have you been doing lately?
A few deadlifts with a hex bar.
Hex bar?
Walking a dog every morning,
Guys, say no to dad bod. Check out georgekimmel.com/workouts. georgekimmel.com/workouts. But also the actual hyperlink for that is patreon.com/TigerBelly. Guys, we love you so much. Go to George_Belly
on Instagram.
On Instagram, and also Calamity K on Instagram, Bobby Lee Live, and Gilbert.
And check out OMG High over at the ATC YouTube channel. George Lopez's new podcast.
And guess what?
So,
who knows? George could be producing that too. We don't know, but check it out. Love you guys. Bye.